years before a man confessed to killing Ruby Garcia in Grand Rapids, adding to the national debate over immigration. He stalked another woman, even breaking into her home.
That woman wonders why Brandon Ortiz-Vite wasn't deported back then. Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker spoke with her and has that story. Ken.
Good evening. The woman who dated Ortiz-Vite in late 2017 took out a personal protection order against him in early 2018. She did not want to be identified and asked that we disguise her voice. She was 17, she says, when Ortiz-Vite messaged her through Facebook. They started dating.
He was super charismatic, very sweet.
He was 19 years old, and she recalls working in construction.
I knew he had been here as a child, but I don't know at what age he came here.
She also knew that he was here as a so-called dreamer from Mexico, living in the U.S. under DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. After dating for several months, she decided to end it, she says, before it got too serious.
He was a very aggressive, persistent, obsessive type of person. Broke into my house, threatened me through messages, messaged my friends. He would leave stuff on my car. He would try to visit me at work when I wanted nothing to do with him.
She says he sent her a message.
I'm gonna show up to your house. I wanna talk. I have a gun with me, so don't try to do anything.
Then on New Year's Day, 2018 at 4 in the morning, he broke into her home in Wyoming through a bedroom window. Police reports show he stood over her bed. There's no indication he had a gun.
I woke up and I just immediately yelled out, like, "Get the F out of here, I'm calling the cops." And as soon as I yelled that out, he just ran out the window. But yeah, I woke up and he was just standing there.
He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor property crime and spent 30 days in jail. The woman filed for a personal protection order.
I do think he should have been deported. I feel like maybe that was kind of a first sign of, oh, if he's capable of this, who knows? And nothing against immigrants. You know, my parents are immigrants. But I think when you do come here as an immigrant, you have to be a bit more mindful.
Under ICE guidelines, immigrants can lose DACA status if they're convicted of a felony or certain misdemeanors such as domestic violence, drug trafficking, sexual abuse, or drunk driving, or a total of 3 or more misdemeanors of any kind, or if they pose a threat to national security or public safety. In March 2019, Ortiz-Vite's DACA status expired. 15 months after that, in September 2020, after an arrest for impaired driving, ICE deported him back to Mexico. ICE says Ortiz-Vite returned to the U.S. illegally, though it's not known when. The woman says she'd heard nothing about him until after he confessed to killing Ruby Garcia, a woman he identified as his girlfriend, on March 22nd, then dumping her body along US-131.
And I do talk to my mom, and she's like, oh, that really much could have been you. It's crazy to think that it really could have been.
ICE says that Ortiz-Vite was not deported in 2018 because he was still protected under DACA. He remains in the Kent County Jail facing 5 charges, including felony murder and carjacking. He's expected back in court on April 9th.